Welcome back, guys. I hope you all had a very happy Christmas with a lot of gifts, a lot of games, and there was a lot of stuff going on around Christmas. We will start today with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We have a new Tungsten Farm, which I will explain in detail to get it really chained with no interruption. Then we have a new Godmode Glitch, we have a new glitch to open bare doors, and as I have already shown you, the Beggar money glitch is also still working, and there's even more, and I will all show it here in that video, so stay tuned and check it out. As you know, we had a previous Tungsten Farm which involved save and reload your save near Gloucestershire to make a patrol, respawn and farm all the tungsten which had the patrol every time. But since patch 1.10 that's not working anymore, and we had to find a new way to get more patrols. And that's quite difficult because when you don't understand it, you will end up in having to wait, having to look and search, and that's very long. It takes a very long time to do that. But there's one way which you should focus on, because here in Gloucestershire there are three main roads leading to the city, from north, east and west. And in all these roads there will be patrols spawning, and they will make their way, they will walk towards the city. And there's another location here in Hamptonshire which is basically working the same way. There are three main roads, and from all these three roads there are spawning patrols, and they will walk towards the fast travel point here in the middle. In order to start with the patrol farm and get these patrols spawned continuously, I recommend you to start here in Hamptonshire on that rock, and then you have to call your Raven to spot all the patrols which have a wealth marker on them. Here there's one far behind on that road, and there's another one close by here way below us. So we just go there, kill these two patrols, and that will be our first two tungstens we get. I did that for a couple of hours to really find out how the patrols are respawning in the fastest possible way. And for me it seems like whenever you kill a patrol, it doesn't matter where you kill it, you will spawn another patrol somewhere at some place in the world. So when we do that here in Hamptonshire first, we will make sure that we get a lot of patrols when we move on and warp to Gloucestershire. And then when we kill all the patrols in Gloucestershire, we will make sure that we get all new patrols here around the rock in Hamptonshire. So when we do that here again and again, we make sure that there's at least two new patrols, and they won't be here in Hamptonshire because they won't spawn on the same place, they will spawn somewhere else. And the biggest chances to get these patrols spawned are actually around these rocks, because there are three spawns for patrols, and in Gloucestershire there are also at least 3 to 4 spawns. So we will warp here to the harbor and then check out if there's a new patrol here in Gloucestershire. And there's actually one just walking through the main road in the city. And that's a bit of a problem, because whenever you kill someone here in the city center, there's actually a high risk that you will alert all the soldiers in Gloucestershire. So using the Godmode Glitch, where you will be invisible, is really recommended when you do so. Here in that case we got really lucky and we had no new soldiers attacking us. Then we simply call our Raven again, we check the main roads on the city, and then there's another patrol which is on its way to Gloucestershire. So we kill that patrol as well, and then we simply call our Raven again and check the main roads to Gloucestershire. We will simply do that again and again. And to make it even easier, I really recommend you to clear up all the small chests, because then you have no distraction. Here you can see there's another patrol on the other road walking towards Gloucestershire. Normally there won't be a patrol in the city itself unless you are very late. So they are mostly around the city, making their way towards the city. So check the main roads from the north, the east and the west every time you call your Raven. There will most likely be a patrol on one of these roads. And if you don't find any new patrols, then simply warp back to Hamptonshire and there will be guaranteed new patrols. There will be around 2 to 3 new patrols in Hamptonshire. Here there are just 2 walking next to each other, crossing their way, and we get even more tungsten here in Hamptonshire. When you get it perfectly chained here, when you kill all the patrols in Hamptonshire, then go back to Gloucestershire, call your Raven every time, search the main roads, then you will get a continuous spawn of patrols without any waiting time. and that's around 1 tungsten per minute, and if you use the Godmode glitch then it will be even faster than that. The only difficult thing is to get really in the flow of spawning all these patrols continuously, but once you do that you can do that for hours and farm tungsten every minute, and that's really awesome. In order to do the new Godmode glitch, you still have to play a round of Orlog, but it now works differently than before. There's only a very limited positions where you can still do this trick, and that has to do with the position of the Orlog game. Here the Orlog game is lying on the ground, and that's the reason why we can do this trick here. There's also another location where the Orlog game is on the ground, which is in Fornburg in Norway, so you can also do that in Norway if you want to. So whenever you are sitting on a bench on a different Orlog game, it will not work. But here in London there's the Orlog game on the ground, and you can just start the game. You don't have to bother about the coin at all, just forfeit and quit the game as soon as you can do that. During the stand-up animation from Eivor, there's a small window where you can actually press the pause button and then you can fast travel and you are still invisible and invincible. You just have to press continuously pause and then check if you can fast travel. Every couple of frames just pause and check if you can fast travel. And once he's standing making his pose, then you can actually do that. And then we can check it out in a distrust area, here for example in Oxenfordshire, and then the enemies cannot see us. It's working as before, we can just kill everybody, they totally won't notice us. So it seems Ubisoft just fixed the Orlog game, but they didn't check every Orlog game, because there are different stand-up animations, and standing up from the bench is way different than standing up from an Orlog game that was lying on the ground. So that is probably the most reasonable explanation why that is now working at the Orlog game in London and Fornburg, but not at any other Orlog game. As you can see, he is totally ignoring us, getting an arrow right in his face. We can still assassinate. Godmode glitch at its best, still working. Just make sure you press the pause button in the right moment, just before you can really take control over Eivor again. And then of course we can warp to Gloucestershire, and then we can make our tungsten farms even easier. Because with the help of the Godmode glitch we can even attack the patrols when they are right in the center of Gloucestershire, and we will not alert any enemies. And of course it is way easier to take them out as well. We can just kill the guy with the tungsten and then just rip off all the other guards, and then we can call our Raven even faster than when we would normally fight all of these soldiers. So that is a very recommended improvement for the Tungsten Farm. Another known location where you can do this is actually in Fornburg in Norway. There's also an Orlog game which is surprisingly lying on the ground. And yes, of course you can also still use the Godmode glitch to kill the Daughters of Lyrian or other big animals or enemies in the game. That will also work as usual. But just make sure that you are really in God mode. You can easily miss the window where to press the pause button, and then you will not be in the God mode. So press it as early and try continuously just until you can really fast travel, and then you will make it. One other huge find actually that happened over Christmas is that you can still open barred doors, but not with the Dive of the Valkyries level 2, but with another ability that also deals damage to your surroundings, and that is the powder trap arrows. But it's actually not level 1, we also still require level 2 for the powder trap arrows, and as you can see it's not working with every bow. You actually have to use a predator bow to make it work. It's just not working with a light bow or with a hunter bow. I've just showed it to you. It doesn't change anything on the door. But when we use the Mark of Soul bow, for example, or just the Needler, both of these bows can be bought at the merchant. The Mark of Soul at level 6 and the Needler way at level 1 when you get to your settlement. Then shoot 2 times these arrows. One will stick onto the door and the next one will explode, and that will still deal damage behind the door. So the first arrow will just stick and the second will explode, and that will deal damage behind the door. That is the trick, and with that trick you can open every door in the game. Level 1 of the powder trap arrows can actually be found in Grandbridgeshire in the city of Walden, where we had all our drinking challenges in the past, and the level 2 ability for the powder trap arrows can be found here in Wessex when you do that fort here in the middle of the river. So make sure to get it and use it. I'm pretty sure that will also be fixed relatively soon. I'm a bit afraid that they will also nerf the patrols even further with our new Tungsten Farm, so just in case, you can also go to the merchant every time you level up and you can buy all its stocks of tungsten every time you level up. As long as you have enough money, which you can get easily by just copying your runes or just doing the Beggar Raven glitch, then you will also get a lot of money. Just buy all 3 stocks of tungsten every time, and when you're doing it, don't forget to also buy the titanium and the scroll of knowledge just to get one more level as well. That basically works as a 100% free XP boost. I've shown you that in my previous video already. Don't forget to buy all the tungstens, it's way faster than doing 3 patrols. And there's even another very easy way to get 3 tungsten all at once, because you just have to deliver certain stuff here at the hunter's hut, which is viper eggs, seal tails and polar furs. And the only difficult thing to get here is actually the polar furs, and they are all very easy farms for that. You get 3 tungsten every time you deliver that stuff. So if you have never delivered anything at all, then just go there and you can basically get 3 tungsten for free, because these items you will most likely have anyway. There's actually a very easy seal tail farm here in East Anglia, but be aware when you go there and hunt them, they will run towards the water, and once they do that, once they are in the water, you can no longer hunt them. You will get more than needed for multiple hunter deliveries on that spot. And to get more viper eggs, you actually have to warp to Leicestershire. If you remember, there's that woman who wanted to produce a big fart, and there are a lot of vipers with a lot of eggs. You can just walk around that location, around her cave, and collect and beat all the snakes and collect their eggs. That is also way more than you will need for a single delivery. So the only really difficult stuff to get are the polar bear furs, and there are 3 locations here in Norway. Each of these locations have a different number of bears, but the good thing is every bear will definitely drop a polar bear fur, because they are relatively hard to beat, so that would be a pain if you only get it from time to time. But even if you get 3 tungsten from that, doing the new Tungsten Farm with the patrols is still faster, but just in case if they patch it, that might also be a viable option to do. And don't forget, in order to get all the money to buy the tungstens from the merchant and the scrolls, the Beggar Raven glitch is still working, as I've shown to you before Christmas already. It just needs more patience to do it, and you can also just get all your money back if you kill the beggar after you do that. Every 5th to 6th try, when you give him 5 coins, you will get the rune, so it just takes a little bit longer, and just when you're finished, then just kill him and you will get back all your money. You will also get back all the money you spent where you didn't get a rune. So that's a total refund of everything you got, plus the additional runes which you can then sell for your money. So that's still a very awesome trick to get more money. Very easy to do, even easier than the rune duplication, but rune duplication is of course still the best method to get money. So I hope that was helpful. If you need help with the new Tungsten Farm, just write it in the comments, or better, join our Discord server and then you will get everything explained right there. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave me a like, and see you next time.